It was a bright Saturday afternoon in Los Angeles. An 18-year-old Maya O'Neill was out shopping with her best friend Tasha. The two girls had just finished their morning yoga session and decided to treat themselves to some retail therapy. They walked into Lou Bell Boutique, an upscale designer store in Beverly Hills, known for its exclusive clientele and expensive fashion. As they entered, Maya noticed the way the employees glanced at them. The subtle side eyes, the whispered words. It wasn't new to her. Being a young black woman shopping in high-end stores often meant being judged before even saying a word. Still, she held her head high. Her father had always taught her confidence. What no one in that store knew was that Maya O'Neill wasn't just anybody. She was the daughter of Shaquille O'Neal, the basketball legend. But Maya never flaunted her father's name. She liked to be treated based on who she was, not because of her dad's fame. The disrespect Maya picked up a beautiful navy blue dress and admired it. The silk fabric was smooth under her fingertips, and she could already imagine wearing it to an upcoming charity event. She turned to a nearby sales associate, a blonde woman in her mid-40s named Karen Whitmore, who had a cold look in her eyes. "Excuse me," Maya said politely. "Can I try this on?" Karen looked her up and down, an obvious smirk creeping onto her lips. "That dress is very expensive," she said, crossing her arms. Maya blinked, caught off guard. "I know. I just want to try it on." Karen scoffed. "I don't think this store is in your budget, sweetheart. Maybe you'd have better luck at the clearance section downtown?" Tasha gasped. "Excuse me? What did you just say?" Maya, trying to stay calm, said, "I don't need your opinion on what I can afford. Just show me to the dressing room." Karen let out a dramatic sigh, clearly annoyed. "Listen, little girl, I don't know what kind of games you're playing, but we don't entertain window shoppers here. So, if you're not buying, you need to leave." Maya clenched her jaw. "And if I am buying?" Karen rolled her eyes and yanked the dress out of Maya's hands. "I said leave." Then, in a moment that shocked everyone, Karen raised her hand and slapped Maya across the face. The entire store fell silent. Tasha screamed, "Oh, hell no." Maya's cheeks stung. Her heart pounded, and for a moment, she was too stunned to react. But then her expression darkened. "You just made the biggest mistake of your life," she said through gritted teeth. The truth unfolds before Karen could respond. The store doors swung open. A towering figure stepped inside. It was Shaquille O'Neal. His 7-foot, one frame filled the boutique like a giant entering a dollhouse. Dressed in a crisp designer suit, his presence alone was enough to make the entire store freeze in fear. Karen's face went ghost white. "Hey, baby girl," Shaq said, his deep voice vibrating through the store. His eyes locked onto Maya's, then slowly turned to Karen. His expression darkened. "What happened here?" Maya pointed at Karen. "She slapped me, Dad." Karen's lips trembled. I didn't know. I didn't know she was your daughter." Shaq took a deep breath, his massive hands curling into fists at his sides. "So, if she wasn't my daughter, that means it would have been okay?" Karen was speechless. Tasha folded her arms. "Yeah, Karen. Explain that." The store manager rushed over, sweating. "Mr. O'Neill, I am so sorry for this misunderstanding." Shaq turned to Maya. "What do you want to do, baby girl?" Maya, still rubbing her cheek, took a deep breath. "I want her fired." The manager nodded so fast it was a blur. "Consider it done." He spun to Karen, who was now trembling. "You're fired. Get out." Karen opened her mouth to protest, but one look at Shaq's intense glare shut her up. She grabbed her purse and hurried out of the store, her once confident strut replaced with a terrified shuffle. The ultimate payback. Shaq turned to the manager. "Also, my daughter and her friend? They get whatever they want in this store. On the house." The manager nodded furiously. "Absolutely, sir. Of course." Maya grinned, looking at Tasha. "Well, I was planning to buy just one dress, but since it's free." She winked. "Let's go crazy." And with that, Maya and Tasha spent the next hour picking out the finest dresses, shoes, and accessories, while the employees scrambled to serve them with the utmost respect. As they left the store, bags in hand, Maya looked up at her father and smiled. "Thanks, Dad." Shaq grinned down at her. Anytime, baby girl. And with that, they walked off, leaving behind a store full of shocked employees who had just learned a very valuable lesson. Never judge a book by its cover. Part 2. The aftermath. Karen Whitmore stormed out of Le Belle Boutique, her face burning with humiliation. She had worked there for over 5 years, climbing the ranks to become a senior boutique manager, only to be fired in less than 5 minutes because of a girl she had assumed was just another broke teenager. She couldn't believe it. Her hands shook as she pulled out her phone, immediately dialing her best friend, Monica. They fired me, Monica. Can you believe this? Fired. And you won't believe why. Monica, lounging on her couch sipping wine, sighed. Oh no. What happened? Karen's voice was shrill. Some rude little black girl came in acting like she owned the place, so I put her in her place. Turns out she was Shaquille O'Neal's daughter. There was silence on the line. Then, Monica spoke, deadpan. You put her in her place? Karen, what did you do? Karen hesitated. I may have slapped her. You what? Monica almost choked on her drink. Karen huffed. Oh, don't act like it's a big deal. She was being disrespectful. Monica went quiet for a long time, then sighed heavily. Karen girl, do you realize who Shaquille O'Neal is? That man isn't just rich. He's powerful. He owns businesses. He has connections everywhere. You didn't just slap some random girl. You just ruined your own life. Karen rolled her eyes. Please, what's he gonna do? I'll find another job. Monica was about to say something else, but Karen hung up. She refused to believe that one little mistake could cost her everything. But she had no idea just how wrong she was. Part 3. The internet's wrath. By the next morning, Karen's face was everywhere. A customer in the store had secretly recorded the entire incident on their phone and uploaded it online. The video went viral overnight. It showed everything: her smug attitude, the slap, and the moment Shaq walked in like a vengeful titan. The internet went into a frenzy. This woman really slapped Shaq's daughter? LMAO, she's finished. Racism, entitlement, and stupidity? Karen hit the trifecta. Shaq is about to end this woman's entire career. Within hours, hashtag Justice for Maya and hashtag Karen Gets Slapped by Karma were trending. Karen woke up to hundreds of hate messages. Her phone blew up with calls from unknown numbers. She tried to ignore it, until she saw a news article pop up. Former boutique manager fired after assaulting Shaquille O'Neal's daughter, now faces legal action. Karen's blood ran cold. Part 4. Shaq's next move. Back at the O'Neal estate, Shaq sat in his home office, scrolling through his phone. He smirked as he watched the video of Karen getting exactly what she deserved. Hey, baby girl, he called. Maya walked in, still glowing from her shopping spree. Yeah, Dad? Shaq turned his phone around, showing her the news. You see this? The internet's got your back. But I'm not done yet. Maya raised an eyebrow. What are you planning? Shaq grinned, rubbing his massive hands together. I made some calls this morning. Karen's not just fired. She's blacklisted. No high-end store in Beverly Hills, Los Angeles, or even New York is going to hire her now. Maya's jaw dropped. Wait, you got her banned from working in luxury fashion? Shaq nodded. And that's not all. I got my lawyers involved. That slap? It was assault. She's getting sued, and trust me, she's not ready for it. Maya's eyes widened. Dad, that's kind of ruthless. Shaq shrugged. Nah, it's just justice. Maya thought about it for a moment. You know what? She deserves it. Shaq laughed. That's my girl. Part 5. Karen's downfall. Over the next few weeks, Karen's life spiraled. She lost everything. No one would hire her. Her reputation was in shambles. Every time someone Googled her name, the video of her slapping Maya popped up. She was sued for assault and had to settle for a huge amount. The boutique released a public apology and donated to charities supporting young black women in business. Karen tried to fight back, even attempted to play the victim, but nobody was buying it. She had messed with the wrong girl. Part 6. A lesson learned. A month later, Maya walked into a different boutique with Tasha, feeling more confident than ever. She didn't need her father's fame to prove anything. She had power in her own right. Tasha grinned. So, how's it feel knowing you got a Karen permanently canceled? Maya smirked. Feels like justice. As they browsed the racks, Maya's phone buzzed with a text from her dad. Shaq, proud of you, baby girl. But next time, just call me first. Faced with tears of joy, Maya chuckled. If there was one thing she knew for sure, it was this. No one messed with an O'Neill and got away with it.